Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 80 of the Local to Global series here with the Canadian Wrestling Coalition. Now, of course, today's episode, we do have the pay-per-view, Everything Changes. Really looking forward to this one. I feel like the main event, we've got two guys that are literally at the peak of both of their careers. We've got Davis, 96 popularity, the GOAT. We all know him, we all love him. And of course, there's a pretty good chance that he might actually become Unified World Champion for the fourth time. Take a quick little look at the history here. As you can see, he has held it 3 times. He's the only multi-time champion in the whole history of the company. That goes to show how heavily we all, appreciate and enjoy him in the ring. And then on the other hand, we have Jackpot Jordan, first time winner, winning it at Final Chapter, which is pretty insane. He's also got 100 popularity now, which is in its own right pretty mental. So 96 popularity versus 100. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And we're definitely going to go black screen, at least for that match. Potentially for maybe one or two other ones. Maybe we won't. I think maybe I'll just keep it for the main event. Actually, I'll do the women's match as well, because we can definitely do something with the women's match. Anyway, let's start advancing. Don't want this episode to be too long. I don't think I'm really going to do too much of a look around after we finish the show. Obviously, I'll do I think what I will do is we'll do a popularity check of all the sort of main guys, if you will. And then I'll also go into the creative meeting and just give you guys a brief overview. Because, of course, we've got Aaron Knight. We've got Casey Glenn, who's just come into the company as well. He'll be starting his actual career here in the next episode. So episode 81 will have Casey Glenn's debut, finally. It'll be very cool. I mean, yeah, the series is going from strength to strength. I mean, ultimately, we're kind of on that real grind now to try and go up to the next size. Anyway, we've got Darren Smith here, SWF referee, 87 refereeing. He's pretty good, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. And yeah, there's not really too much else going on with the Seaverse. So let's get into the pay-per-view. We've got a lot of good matches on this one. We've got 8 matches in total, which is essentially what I wanted for Final Chapter, but that's perfectly fine. Anyway, again, we know what's going down now, so for every pay-per-view going forward, we have to just keep the same sort of deal going with only the pay-per-view providers. And of course, we will one day look to actually make our own pay-per-view provider as well, which would be very, very cool and very beneficial financially, albeit it'll probably be a bit of a setback as well. Alright, no medaling success. Toronto, book it in. 73,000 fans in attendance. And let's kick it off with a black screen. And I'll book the main event. So, obviously, this one, it really is a toss-up. It really is. Purely for the fact that it's Davis, you know what I mean? And we all want Davis to win. So, therefore, maybe he should. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be a 20-minute match. I think we'll script it because it's obviously got the potential to be the 100, to be honest. They both actually have 84 psychology. I'm just taking a quick look now. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. I almost feel like they could call it in the ring. But if I was to get that penalty, I would probably cry. So yeah, there we go. Main event's booked. Done. And let me just double check that real quick. Yeah, okay. Bring you guys back. There we go. There's the main event. Let me do a cheeky little angle before. Give it to Davis. And he can cut it onto Jackpot as well, who will be off screen. Solid 8 minutes. There we go. Edmonton can road agent. And that'll advance our Unified World Title storyline. Perfect. Alright, let's book the rest of the card. Because I'll book the women's match last, so you guys don't have to suffer through 2 sort of black screens before I finish the booking. All right, let's go up next with Aaron Knight, David Stone. Now this one, it was an interesting one when I first sort of thought of the storyline, because there is a fairly big contrast between the two. Obviously, at the moment, we are trying pretty hard to actually build up the momentum for Aaron Knight. So purely for that fact alone, I think we pretty much have to give him the win. I'm trying to turn him into a bit of a contender for the Unified World title as well. Obviously, he won't be challenging for it next month, but there might be an interesting little thing we can do for the March pay-per-view going forward as well. This one, we'll script this one as well, even though, Aaron Knight has incredible psychology at 91, but actually, you know what? No, let's script it. I want to see what happens. Because we haven't really had anyone with that high psychology. I mean, the only other one I can think of was Angry Gilmore, who had a similar level, about 92. That's an interesting one. I wonder if we had Angry a bit younger, if he wasn't in time decline and he could put on a 20-minute match, if he would actually get a 100 when he had that real high popularity. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. So let's book all the matches, and then I'll just go through and fill a couple of little angles in here and there. The next match, we're going to have Yujiro Sono taking on Jack Jackson for the Canadian title. There he is, Mr. Jackson. Let's just make this one 12. Doesn't need to be anything too special. But we're going to try and have a new champion here. And what I mean by try is we very well might not be able to take the title off of Jack right now. His popularity is at 76 in Ontario, so it's really getting up there, really almost borderline main event level. And we want Sumayuki to come in and attack Jack Jackson. So the Protection Agency getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine, per se. And they're not going to be too happy about that either. Yeah, so he's furious. I knew this was going to be a bit of a problem. Yeah, okay. We're not going to be able to do it just yet. So I'm going to have these guys continue to feud on. So Jack will get the win. I guess we'll do it the other way first, potentially. So let's have Utah be attacked by Tavon. And hopefully that'll kind of be the match finish. Alright, I like that. I might even make that our storytelling match as well. Alright, next match. We've got the one and only Tommy Cornell taking on Giant Brodie. Looking forward to this one because Tommy's really getting up there in his popularity now. Didn't really take too long. And Brodie's, he's, again, borderline main event. How long can we go for, though, is the question. Can we go 15? His stamina is really dropping pretty rapidly. All right, we'll try that. We'll try that. Okay, doesn't really seem to have an issue with it, which is nice. Go the tag team match here. So we're going to go with the Texas Express taking on the Aristocrats. Again, this one just 12 minutes. Doesn't need to be anything too serious. And Cooper Christie getting the win. Again, like I think I said it last episode. Just a little bit too soon, I think, for the Aristocrats. I just don't think James Chester is all that ready, to become an actual champion in the company yet. With that said, we'll actually give him the pinfall loss. Chuck that one there. We'll make that our storytelling, I think. Yeah, cool. All right. What else? We've got Maddie Faith versus Logan Wolfsbane. We got a lot of 100 contenders for the 100 rated match. Logan versus Maddie Faith could definitely, pop in and steal that away. It's very possible. Anyway, it has to be a bit of a rebound there for Logan, sort of going into next month where he gets his rematch clause. So yeah, Logan wins. Simple, effective. Maddie Faith, potentially not going to be very happy. But that's okay. And then I think we've actually done all... No, we haven't. Storm Spillane. How could I forget? Storm Spillane, Marvel Malloy. Where is he? There he is. Marvel. Again, this one... Actually, this one can be our storytelling match because I really don't care about it all that much. It's kind of the... I guess a bit like the final nail in the coffin for these guys. And then they're eventually going to, maybe a couple of months, come back together as a tag team. And hopefully, run roughshod through the rest of our division, which would be very cool to see. Okay, and then final match, we've got the women's match. So once again, I'll go black screen real quick, get the match booked. And of course, having Amber Allen and the current women's champion, Laura Flame. What are their popularities? So we got 76 for Laura, and we got 78 there for Amber. So very, very cool match. I'm actually going to give them a bit of time. I'm just going to kind of use it as a little bit of an experiment. Very curious to kind of see what happens with this. Give it a good referee. Give it our best road agent in Tommy Cornell. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so RM Stone's doing a little bit too much. Go Quincy there. Bring you guys back. And we're ready. That's the card booked, really. The matches, anyway. Now, angles. I definitely want to give Tommy Cornell an angle. Onto Brodie. There we go. Tommy can't road agent his own angle. Old Faithful, I think, is still Tommy's storyline. There we go there. Amber Allen, I think, on both Laura and Doc. They can actually be on screen. This'll... I don't think do I want this to kick off the show? Maybe I do. Let's have the women kick off the show. It's not a bad idea. Alright, what else? What else? I think a Maddie Faith angle's pretty fitting here as well. Let's have Maddie Faith and Charlie Corner. And it can essentially be Maddie Faith telling Charlie not to get involved. He's got to have faith, as you can see by the storyline name there as well. Pretty cool little way of blending it together. I like it. And again, I don't really want to go for too many angles, but I think maybe just one more for Aaron Knight. Because I think once this storyline finishes, his I would assume that his momentum will be kind of through the roof. There we go. All right. I think that's the show. Honestly, I think that's looking pretty good. It's got to have... I guess we'll just go with Gilmore in this one. Try Tommy. Don't know what happened there. Anyway. Okay, I guess I accidentally clicked major star. All right, there we go. That is the show. What I will do is we're going to have just a battle royale on the pre-show. It's not for anything. It's not anything special. It's literally just to get people on the show, really. And I'm just going to fire everybody. Not fire everybody, but put everybody in the match. So Aldous Blackfry will be in there. Gilmore can go in there. Brett. Charlie can go in, I guess. Go Gary, Graham, Highflying, Island Boy, Kid San Juan, LA Star, these two, Hernandez, Zales, Griffin. Actually, not Griffin, because I'll do a tag team match as well. Patriot, Hocking. We'll go Kavanaugh in there as well. Actually, no, we'll use Kavanaugh for the tag match. Do I want Mobstar in there? Maybe I don't want Mobstar in there either, actually. So let's throw Mutant in there, Sinner in there. Darkstein, yeah, we'll go Darkstein in there. Pub Swole, Princeton Price. And that's pretty much it. Missing anybody decent? Kind of. So frustrating because I kind of want to do a 30-man battle royale now, but I'll save that. We can do something a bit different, I guess. So let's go Blackfry to win. Runner up. Ooh, runner up Darkstein. Ooh, I like that. That actually plays into the storyline pretty well. Most eliminations obviously going to go to Mutant there, which is cool. And then we'll go open. Yeah, we'll just script it. All good. Ooh. Ooh. We'll give it to Kavanaugh, because we're going to use Kavanaugh on the show anyway. So that's pre-show. Go a 5v5. I want to go a tag team match first. And let's actually have the Amazing Bandits take on the Griffin family. And we'll give the win to Robbie Griffin. I'm pretty sure we can call it as well. Everyone's really good in this match, so there we go. And then finally, we'll just do a quick little 5v5 just to try and get anybody else that's of relative goodness. But we'll go Mobstar. We'll go Public Enemy with Mobstar. Kind of makes a little bit of sense. We'll go Rob and Delay on that team. Devon Blake can be on that team as well. And then I guess Willie as well. Willie? Maybe Stevie P. And they can take on Kavanaugh. We'll go for the Northern Lights. Who else? I mean, Zeus is there. We'll put Zeus in there. And then we'll put Taylor Norton in there as well. Because we use Brett for the Battle Royale. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's go Mobstar for the win. The loser can be... I mean, it can just be Alton Vicious, really, can't it? Honestly, doesn't matter. There we go. Just a pre-show match. And we need Gilmore to Red Age in that one. And now Gilmore's got too much to do. No, Quincy has too much to do. Alright, there we go. Women's tag match. Go for Air Raid and Faith McGee taking on Nadia Snow and Deborah Young. Cool. Should be a really good match. Really happy to give Nadia her TV debut. Actually, let's give Deborah the win here. Because we'll actually be able to hopefully get rid of Deborah's morale issues, if I can speak. Which will be nice, because she's had those for a long, long time now. So, how much are we over the pre-show? Ooh, 10 minutes. 16 on that. 6 minutes too long. Chop this down by 2. Down by 2. And chop the other one down by 2. There we go. All right. We are good to go. Let's run the show. All right, so we start off with a... Oh, that's really, really frustrating. That is actually so frustrating. I should probably, like, check these gimmicks. I don't understand how they're all getting poor ratings, but it's really starting to frustrate me a little bit. Anyway, we get a 70 rated match here for our women's tag, where we have Nadia Snow making her debut on the pre-show, and Deborah Young, and they defeat Air Raid Siren and Faith McGee in 10:29 when Deborah Young pin Air Raid Siren with a sit-out powerbomb. Yeah, Snow's OTT Ice Queen gimmick getting an initial rating of poor, which I would just assume that it would be pretty good. At least, you know, average. But for it to get poor, I just don't understand. Anyway, she's got a very marketable gimmick, so she's going to sell more merchandise, which is great. She'll be struggling, though, when used as a star or major star in a company that is not comedy influenced. Very strange con there. Very strange indeed. Anyway, we move on. She got a 72 in ring, so much better than everybody else. I like it. It sucks that her gimmick is poor. All right, we then go into a 10-man tag, getting us a 75 rating, where we have Mobstar, Public Enemy, Robin DeLay, Tavon Blake, and Stephen Parker, defeating Mighty Kavanaugh, Alton Vicious, Riddick Jordan, Zeus Maximilian, and Taylor Norton in 9:51 when Mobstar pinned Alton with a flattener DDT. And in terms of in-ring work, obviously Mobstar pretty much destroying everybody else with a 91. Looking excellent out there. We then go into a 70 rated tag team match on the pre-show here, where we have the Griffin family still looking really dominant, defeating the Amazing Bandits in 10:04 when Robbie Griffin in Toshiaka Katani with a flying fist drop. And yeah, Mark head and shoulders above everybody else in the match. Robbie not too far off though, about 10 points. And then finally, last on the pre-show, we get an 80 rated 20-man Battle Royale. We have Aldous Blackfriar winning in 16:14. The other members of the Final Four were Darkstein, Papa Swole, and Angry Gilmore, with Aussie Darkstein being the final elimination. And then, of course, we had Mutant getting the most eliminations over the course of the match as well. Pretty interesting to see that Papa Swole and Angry Gilmore, the game sort of automatically chose them to be the third and fourth last guys in the ring. Very cool. All right, we then kick off the show with a 92 rated angle from Amber Allen. And just before her match starts, she kind of says, you know, the game is up. Your time is up, and it is now my time to become the women's champion. And she directs that at both Doc and Laura, and basically says, it'll be very interesting, Doc, to see if your relationship sticks around once Laura loses the title. So yeah, there we go. Masterful job for Amber Allen on the mic. And a very high rated angle. I think that might be our highest ever rated angle from the women. So, very impressed by Amber Allen there. And the women's match gets a 91 as well. Wow. I gave him 15 minutes with a slow build. And I called the match as well. 91. That's super impressive. It really is. First match on the show as well. Alright, we have Amber Allen defeating Laura Flame in 14:58 by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. Amber Allen wins the CWC women's title. What a match, man. I really, really am impressed. You got a 91 in-ring there from Amber, and a very solid 87 from the now former champion Laura Flame. These girls, they're literally the top of our division. We know that, and I just got to say that I feel like booking Laura as the first champion was a much better decision than just immediately putting the belt on Amber, because we've now been able to build Laura from maybe not being a star, whereas Amber was a star already, and now they're both stars. And, you know, it's potentially just going to... This match might even help Laura Flame reach even a new height than she currently was before it. So, very happy. We then move into our sort of grudge match on the card. We get a 76 rating for this one, where we have Storm Spillane defeating his American Cobra tag team partner, Marvel Malloy, in 11:59. Of course, Marvel getting involved at One Ring to Rule Them All a couple of months ago, costing Storm Spillane his first round. Actually, I think he cost him the qualifier. That's right. Cost him the qualifying match against Tommy Cornell. But yeah, he defeats him by submission with a kneeling Boston Crab, getting himself a little bit of revenge there as well. Like I said, this will be the end of this one. We'll put this one to bed for now. And like I said, in a few months' time, we might have a reunion of the American Cobras. Alrighty, we then go into a 100 rated angle where we have Maddie Faith and Charlie Corner backstage just before Maddie's match. And he basically says to Charlie, you've got to have some faith. You've got to have faith in your leader. And you've got to stay back tonight, no matter what. Even if it looks like I'm about to lose, do not come out. Do not get involved. I need to beat Logan Wolfsbane one-on-one without any help. Charlie just kind of nods and looks like he's in agreement with everything that's being said. Doesn't say anything himself, and we get a 100. So pretty pleased with that. And hopefully that'll actually boost up Charlie as well, just getting him on the pay-per-view, even though he doesn't have a speaking role. All right, this match, understandable, I guess, for this one to at least get the psychology penalty. We get an 87 rating for this match as well, which it would have been higher. It really would have been higher. And we have Logan Wolfsbane defeating Maddie Faith in 1935 by submission with a Boston Crab. Both guys, both Logan and Maddie, getting a 92 in-ring performance. So obviously the performance is there, but Maddie's got 73 psychology. Logan's only got 80, 81, 82. I think maybe 82. I can't remember 100%, but it's either one of those. I had a feeling that this one was going to do it, even though we scripted it. We're still getting the penalty, and yeah, just causing the match to drift a little. Actually, it also got penalized for the storyline's low heat, which is interesting. I guess I should have put... Yeah, looking back on it, I really should have put Logan in that last angle. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. We then move straight into the World Tag Team, or the Coalition, Tag Team titles. Get a 74 rating for this one, where we have the Texas Express defeating the Aristocrats in 12-18. And Cooper Christie pinned James Chester with a top rope elbow drop. The Texas Express making defense number 2 of the CWC Coalition Tag Team titles. Good match. Nothing really more to be said. Treneman seemed off his game. And yeah, Cooper was head and shoulders above everybody else. The Aristocrats lose, but you know, they're still very young. And there's no real doubt in my mind that they'll eventually come good and become the tag team champions at some stage. Just not tonight. Alrighty, we then go into a 99 rated angle here from Tommy Cornell, cutting a promo on Giant Brodie, basically saying that he's going to use Brodie as the catalyst for essentially getting himself into the #1 contendership for the Unified World title. He understands that next month, you know, Logan has his rematch clause, but he says that he wants a chance at the Unified World title, no matter who is the champion in that March pay-per-view. And he wants to get there. And he's actually getting better at his gimmick, and he clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script and performed well. So happy days, and again, still just improving in popularity as well, albeit his stamina's getting lower and lower. The match does okay. It's so strange seeing Tommy Cornell off his game. Anyway, we still get it's an 89 rated match, so it's very good. Considering that both these guys actually have lower popularity than the match, it's hopefully going to help them out. But yeah, we have Tommy Cornell defeating Giant Brodie in 14:38 by submission with a guilt trip. So, nice easy win there. 87 in ring for Tommy and an 84 there for Brodie. I think maybe having Brodie lose maybe one more match on pay-per-view will be, I guess, sufficient enough for his punishment. And I don't think we'll use him next month, but we'll use him in the March pay-per-view. And I think him and Jack Jackson could have a pretty decent little feud as well. They'd have a nice little storyline going. All right, speaking of Jack Jackson, we go into the Canadian title match, getting a 76 rating as well. And not too bad, considering Utah's pretty low on the old popularity scale. But we do have Jack Jackson defeating Yuta Osono in 11:57 by pinfall with an implant DDT, following interference from Tavon Blake Jr., Jack Jackson once again cheating to win with the help of Tavon Blake, and he makes defense number 6 of the CWC Canadian title. I wonder if that's the most defenses. I'll have to go and check that after we finish here. Only a 72 in ring for Jack, so not the best in the world there, but it's a good match. Good enough. Alrighty, we then go into a 94 rated angle where we have Aaron Knight cutting a promo onto David Stone. Basically, pretty disrespectful from the megastar here. He basically says that he's going to treat David like a stepping stone to his, I guess, on his quest to the unified world title. Really kind of, I guess, disrespecting the Stone name there. Literally calling him a stepping stone. And he's still kind of I guess he'll be a tweener. He's sort of a face with some very, arrogant heel tendencies as well. But at the moment, the people love him. And the Coalition fans are definitely happy to see him every week. He did struggle when going off script, though. So, unfortunate. Could have been, a 99 or a 100, but we'll take the 94. Their match, no way. Getting a 99 rating. If Aaron Knight had white hot momentum, that'd be a 100. I think that'd be a 100. I really think that would. We might even, if it happens to be Aaron Knight that carries someone to a 100 rated match, we're going to have to maybe call him Mr. 100 or something like that as his sort of nickname for the series. Of course, we've got the GOAT, Davis Wayne Newton. We might have to call Aaron the 100 Aaron Knight. So close, yet so far away. Oh, it's a little bit frustrating. Anyway, we have Aaron Knight defeating David Stone in 2021 by pinfall with a Nightfall. 98 in-ring there from Aaron. So even there's still a little bit of room for improvement. He could get that 100 in-ring performance. And David, I guess it's good to see David over a 90, because I've talked about that, quite a few episodes in the past recently, that he was really struggling to break the 90. He was always getting like 88s, 89s, but just couldn't break in. And luckily, Aaron Knight, the megastar himself, has pushed David over that 90 range in the ring. So very happy with that. And I think David he's likely going to benefit from this anyway. And going forward, it's going to be a big year for him. So I guess starting off, with a 99 rated match against Aaron Knight, probably not the worst result in the world. Let's be honest. All right, we then move into the pre-main event angle. It's actually going to be pretty hard for these boys. The only way they can top it in this main event is to get the 100. And I would absolutely love for Davis to be a part of our first ever 100 rated match. That would be incredible for this series, and just for all of us really watching, and I guess me recording. But yeah, Davis getting a 100 rated angle, says that he wants to become a 4-time champion And of course, reiterates to everybody that loves him in the crowd that he is the only multi-time champion in the coalition. Improvising well. And here we go, boys. The main event of Everything Changes. It's only a 96. Little bit of a letdown, and it's the lack of psychology penalty yet again. This would have been a 100. This would have been a 100 rated match. That's actually so annoying. Oh my god, that is so annoying. That would have been it. Alright, we got Jackpot Jordan defeating Davis Wayne Newton, unfortunately, in 1937 by pinfall with a cash-in. Decisive victory there. Jackpot Jordan making defense number 1 of the CWC Unified World title. This damn psychology penalty, I think, has actually prevented this from being a 100. We got a 97 in-ring there from Jackpot and a 98 from Davis. Now, look at the last match with Aaron and David Stone. Aaron only had a 98, right? I think. I think it was a 98 in-ring. It definitely wasn't a 100. And then David had a 91. 98, 97. It would have been 100. Oh, that's frustrating. Because that would have been the perfect match, I think. Two real kind of stalwarts. I mean, look at Jackpot's career here in the coalition. Sort of came in as a bit of a nothing, joined a stable, successful stable, tag team champions, and then, one ring to rule them all winner. And then, of course, 100 popularity, winning the Unified World title. It's literally just the lack of psychology, man. That is heartbreaking. It really is. It's still a 96 rated match. But that should have been it. That really should have been it. Okay, well, we actually get a 96 rated show, which I think is a fair. It's a fair result. It's a very good show. Very, very good show from top to bottom. A couple of little, lower matches. The Canadian title match, tag team title match, Storm versus Marvel. The women, 91, holding their own. We had a solid enough 87 between Logan and Maddie. We had the 99 rated match between Aaron and David Stone. And then it's a respectable 96, I guess, but it's frustrating. All right, who else are we going to praise for this show? I don't really remember who actually has morale issues. So that's a bit of a problem. I think Taylor might have morale issues. We definitely know Graham does. So we'll go with these people, I guess. Hopefully Deborah's will disappear. And we might be in business for some of these people's morale issues to start to disappear. And again, Graham hopefully will at least go from big morale issues down to just sort of that normal level, which would be a lot better. All right, let's have a look at the buy rate. Got a 1.89, nearly 950,000 buys. I feel like that's quite a lot. Like quite a decent amount. Okay. Well, what we're going to do just before we advance and find out the finances, I think I'm going to upgrade our broadcaster. We have to do it in the US. 12.65 million, very expensive, nearly half of our entire balance. But we need to do it. So we've gone up to very big coverage there. I mean, the next upgrade is 31.6 million, which is insane. But there we go. So now we've actually got bigger coverage in the US than we do in Canada, which is pretty insane as well. But what that'll do is it will allow us to to gain that popularity. So we're up to 45, which I think we already saw last episode. But we've actually finally just gotten up to... We actually gained 2 points in both those regions this month. So as long as we can sort of continue that growth, I mean, we're probably a year and a half away, I would say. Yeah, probably a year and a half. So I would say halfway through 2026 will be large size, and even then, by that time, we'll be looking pretty good in most of those other regions as well. Because what I am going to do now that we've upgraded that, I don't want to launch, upgrade. I am going to continue to upgrade these ones. We'll start with, I think we'll start with Oceania. And just try and get that pay-per-view deal in the Oceania region. Yeah, I think that's probably the smartest thing to do, because we're already medium in Europe, so that's good. I think we might even be able to get a Europe pay-per-view deal as well. Let's take a quick look at that, and then we'll move on pretty swiftly. So go Oceania first. Which one is it? I think it is options. Yeah. So what do we need? We need 30 popularity in 5 regions. So we must be pretty close to that. Really. What are we in Australia? Or in New Zealand as well, I guess. Yeah, we're getting close. 23s, 21, 22. We only need it in 5 regions though, so it's not too bad. We can pretty much take all the Australian regions. We don't really need to worry about Tasmania. I know Tasmania is obviously part of Australia, but we don't really need Tasmania or New Zealand. Even though New Zealand's actually higher than South Australia at the moment, but whatever. Now, popularity in Europe is looking real healthy. We've got 31s in some of them. We've got Russia, Central Europe, Western Europe. We've got 29s in the Southern Mediterranean, Iberia, 28 in Scandinavia, and then the lacking behind is Southern Europe, Eastern Europe. British dollars is about the same as Australia. Mexico, of course, just looking great now. Japan's looking real bad. India's looking real bad. That's okay. That's okay. Everywhere else is looking really good. Up to 92 popularity in Ontario now as well. 86 in the tri-state. Happy days. Anyway, let's have a quick look at our broadcasters as well for Europe. Europe. Just wondering, do we have any... Alright, we got these guys. 35 pop in 8 regions. So we're actually not that far away from this one as well. But this one is already... We've already upgraded this one to medium in our own broadcaster. So we've more just got to wait probably 5 months, 6 months maybe. And we'll be medium coverage pay-per-view provider. Wonder if there's any more. I don't think there is. Oh, there's this one. What is this one? Probably more. Yeah, more popularity. Okay. We've got this one as well. Never mind. It has to be a British or a European company. Okay. So yeah, only 35 pop. It's really not that much to get in Europe before we get onto pay-per-view there. Let's advance that one day. And I'm curious to see... obviously, we've lost a lot of money. But I'm curious to see what it would have been actually nice to see what our profit would have been. But by doing this, we've actually saved more money on taxes and stuff like that. It's just kind of a good thing to do before you advance to the next month, before the finances tick over. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, Sunny Wild Side. No. Should I do it to him? It's got 87 psychology. And he is Canadian as well. Oh, I would feel so bad taking him. Almost feel like I have to though. Anyway, that'll be for next episode. And there we go. CWC finished first out of 2 in the Canadian area battle this month. We won. We won the national battle in our first month of actually competing in it. Very, very cool to see. I guess we'll have to wait and see how next month and the month goes after that, but it looks like we might have already sort of slayed the CWA beast that's kind of been holding us back a little bit recently. Very cool to see. Let me just delete these, and we'll keep Sunny in there so I know what to do next episode as we negotiate with him as well. Wow, we only lost 342,000. Well, 43,000, I guess. 343,000 last month. That's insane. Hold on. Our merchandise went up nearly 1 million as well. That is just crazy. As you can see, we didn't get taxed because we technically lost money. So, yeah. Also, the miscellaneous cost goes away as well. So if you guys are, you got your own series going, make sure you try and spend some money. If you have money and you know you're profitable, try and spend some money to improve your company before it just gets taken away by the tax man, really. Okay. Popularity. Obviously, Aaron Knight, already 100. Don't need to check him. Who I do want to check is Tommy Cornell, first of all, who is now up to 88, which is a pretty decent jump. Yeah, it's a big jump. 6 points last month with his storyline with Giant Brodie. Who else? Let's look at Brodie's as well. I don't think he really gained or lost anything, actually. Yeah, exactly the same. Fair enough. Alright, who else? Let's go for Logan. I want to see if, yeah, Logan's back up to 100. That's perfect. I was slightly worried when he went down to 99. I thought he might never come back up, but there we go. Matty Faith is at 91. So he gained 1 point, even though he did lose that match at the pay-per-view. Who else? I guess we'll have a look at Davis. Probably didn't gain anything. Yeah, still at 96 there as well. But he obviously, is probably capped there, which is pretty cool to see, considering it's 9 points higher than where he used to be capped. So we'll take that. He's the GOAT for a reason. So crazy that they both have 84 psychology, and we got screwed over by the psychology penalty. I wonder if they both had 85, if that would have made any difference, because it obviously goes from green to blue, just from that 1 point of difference. Wonder if it would have changed anything. Jack Jackson looked like he gained a little bit of popularity as well. 7 points. That's a lot on the month. Very, very good month there for Jack Jackson. Who else? Anyone else? I don't think there's really anyone else we need to look at, to be honest. Maybe I'm missing someone, but Storm's at 74. I think that's up a little bit as well. Yeah, 1 point. Not too bad for Storm. We'll check Utah. Let's check Utah, because Utah, yeah, he's only at 48. He gained 1 point, but I feel like he needs that big victory to really get himself over. You know what I mean? It's just there's that one victory that's kind of holding him back. So I think for next month, because we're going to continue with him and Jackson, I think for next month I'm going to try and give him an angle on one show, and then give him a match on another show, and do that twice for each of the episodes. And I think that'll be a pretty good way of at least trying to, I don't know, get him to gain a little bit more popularity, to be honest, because A little bit slow. A little bit slow. Anyway, there we go. Of course, we've also got the big return coming back. 12 days away. Only 12 days. Title prestige. 64 for the Canadian title. Gone up 1 point. Tag titles up to 49. Is also up 1 point from December. We got the Unified, which I think is still the same at 77. And the women's title is at 72. Of course, we got our second champion here. And yeah, that also looks like it went up 1 point as well. Very cool stuff. All right. Oh, speaking of that, we'll check the women. I completely forgot. Ooh, 82 popularity now for Amber Allen. So she gained 4 points of pop in the 1 month. But that was literally in that one show as well. And then Laura. She might have lost one, actually. She gained one on the month. Actually, no, she was at 76, so she actually gained a point of popularity from losing that match as well. Very solid stuff. I like that. Okay, creative meeting. Number 1, we have Aaron Knight as our franchise player, which is it's understandable. It really is. It's just understandable, to be honest. Let's check his momentum real quick. We'll check it in a second. Anyway, Davis Wayne Newton, the GOAT himself, in at number 2, which is very surprising because before Aaron came, David Stone was actually number 1, I think. So, very interesting there. Number 4, we got Logan Wolfsbane, of course. Very good. Understandable as well. And then at number 5, we've got Aldous Blackfriar. Kind of the forgotten man, really. But we'll have a big storyline with him and Aussie going into next month, so that'll get him back onto the main card of the pay-per-view. Next big things, we've got Cooper Christie, Papa Swole, Yutaro Sono, Zombie Boy, and Willie LaRue. Top prospects, all 4 of the same guys. We've got Talk the Talk, Aaron Knight in at number 1, Tommy Cornell number 2, Aldous in at number 3, Gary Walker, surprisingly, in at number 4, and then Jack Jackson in at number 5. Showstoppers, we've got Aaron Knight, David Stone, Davis Wayne Newton, Casey Glenn popping in there, number 4. And then finally, Hi-Fi and Hawaiian as well. Bit of an unexpected showstopper. Ring Generals, we've got Aaron Knight, once again, number 1. Interesting enough, Nadia Snow coming in at number 2. Very impressive, really. This sucks so bad about her gimmick, man. Oh, if that was better, she would be more or less unstoppable in our women's division. We then got Mars Patriot, number 3, David Stone, and Aldous Blackfriar round out that. Who's hot? We got Mutant, Darkstein, Zeus, surprisingly enough. I guess he probably does win a lot when he actually wrestles because of his tag team with Davis. We got Mobstar and Papa Swole to finish off those guys. No one in who's not, which is cool. And then the hidden gems, we've got Leocadie LeBlanc in there still, albeit he used to be number 1, down at number 4 now, which is good. 2 more and he's off the list and we never have to see his face ever again. Love to see it. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Please make sure you smash a like on the video. Really do appreciate it. It does help the channel sort of grow a little bit more. The more engagement you guys give to these videos, the more the channel's able to grow. And of course, we're getting closer and closer to 2K subs, which is pretty crazy to think about. Never really thought I would reach 1,000, to be honest, and that was pretty mind-blowing back then. And now we're sort of on the brink of 1,700 now, so thank you for that. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Get me to 2K. It'd be very cool. And obviously, we'll bring a nice little 2K subscriber video or something like that, where I maybe do a challenge, eating challenge or chili challenge or something like that, something stupid, and a little bit out. Maybe a chop challenge. Who knows? Anyways, thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and apart from that, as always, take it easy, and goodbye.